Hear that? See that? See that? Pigeons in Hidden Hollow Loft. What do you think about that? 2 times I bleached this loft after I stripped it down, scraped it out, took every wooden perch I had out of here, every one of my nest boxes, all that stuff into the burn barrel. I didn't want to have anything that carried bacteria. I bleached the crap out of this loft 2 different times. Straight Clorox, basically. Boy, you talk about bad for your breathing. Burnt my eyes up real bad too. So, what I got here is a box of plastic perches. Ordered them off Amazon. These are really good. And I'm going to put some up here because I've got 11 humming pigeons in this loft today. These birds all came from a friend of mine, Adam Burnshaw, I believe it was. It came from his dad, actually, out of Pennsylvania. They're members of Cumberland Valley Racing out of Hagerstown. It was the group that I started dealing with when I was going to race last year with Dave. And then Dave got sick and Dave passed. I kind of lost my interest in it for a little while. Even though I had trained some birds, I got busy with other things, and let's just say it just never happened. So we all know after watching my videos that either PMV or paratithoid salmonella got into my loft. Now, it could have been from another bird. It could have been from another bird. I brought other birds in here. I wasn't the smartest when it came to keeping birds away. But it also could have been where the rats were breaking into my other side of that loft. Case in point, when I had my breeding boxes in the back and I had made those real fancy looking nest fronts with the dowel rods and the little door, I was like everybody else. I tried to put the birds up as in pairs. I had food and water to each one of the pens. There was 9 of them exactly. And I need my glasses on. It's the only way I can really see up close. But right there where this problem started was where I originally had drywall all around the walls on the back side of the loft, the other side, through this window right here. Over there, you see it. That's where I have my nest boxes. The first problem I had with my first sick bird that was laying in the nest bowl and couldn't even stand up, and it was one of the first ones to die. There was a little hole chewed through the drywall right into the back of the nest box. I don't know. Could that have been it? Could the rat have been getting in there and getting my birds sick? And from there on out, they were coming in another place because they cut a couple other places through the drywall. And if you see my last video, where I pulled the drywall out and found a big rat's nest with all the feed back in there and everything, you think that could have been the problem? I've heard that it could have been a problem. PMV, not so sure. Paratithoid from the rats, I'm pretty positive. But in order to cull the problem, I ordered the PMV vaccine and the salmonella paratithoid vaccine from Foy's. $139 a shot. I didn't know about the paratithoid vaccine when I ordered the PMV vaccine first and paid $40-some shipping, so it was $188 basically to get my first PMV vaccine. And then the following week, I ordered the salmonella vaccine just as well. So my idea is look into it before you order it. If you're going to get those vaccines, you might be able to order both at the same time and save some shipping. What is it? There's another one. Small Loft Pigeon Racing. He gets his from Is it Vitaking? Is it Vitaking? I think it's Vitaking. From what I hear, you can get a good deal on it there. I found that out after the fact. But I ordered the vaccines. I vaccinated all the pigeons that are in this loft. They're all vaccinated. From what I heard, they've been treated with 4-in-1 all up until this point, but they've never been vaccinated for PMV or anything like that, but they have now. I have 11 birds in here. Before I'm done, I'll show you the birds. But what I got going on now is I got these perches. I'm going to put these perches up. My screw gun over there. I got some screws in my pocket. And I'm going to start putting these perches on the walls because these guys can come down and they're easily cleaned. bacteria and stuff does get absorbed into the wood. Hey, I'm out for all about health from here on out. I hear a lot of people say they race all natural and stuff like that. Well, that's great. I tried that and it didn't work. I really think it might have been the rats. But either way, because I've never had a problem before. You know, I almost had 100 whites altogether last summer. Between training and mishaps here and there, I guess, I lost a lot of them. And then with the virus that came through the loft, it wiped out every other one. So that was really what I was trying to keep. I'll keep this family of homers just for fun, for flying. If I do wind up getting babies this year and everything, I might jump into it next year, a little bit of racing, if I can afford one of those clocks and such. But anyway, let's get into this. All right, got my Ryobi. I got me a couple screws right here, and I'm going to hang a couple of these perches. I know they have screws at the top and bottom. I don't necessarily know if we need all those screws, top and bottom. I'm going to put in at least 2 screws on each perch. And basically it's pretty simple. You got the holes right there, see, and I got the screw gun right there. So I got a line up here. Let's just go with the line. Try to make them uniform because I'm funny like that. All right. And try to get it straight. Try to get straight. Best I can. Put another one in the bottom. Perch number 1. I got some new waters too, some plastic waters from Foy's. Like I said, after I vaccinated them, I heard it was a good idea to give them vitamins and electrolytes. I did. Vitamins and electrolytes in their water with 2 caps of apple cider vinegar. Because I hear that's good for their guts. Hey, let's try that. I've got brewer's yeast in the house. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how much I'm going to start feeding these guys every day so I don't have a bunch of feed left over because I don't want to track anything. Even though hopefully when I'm done with this, nothing can get in here anyway. And then I'm going to, what was that? Then I'm going to feed them, put some oil, what's coconut oil, like Danny says, put some coconut oil on the feed. There's some brewer's yeast in there, mix it up real good. Apparently brewer's yeast is real good for them too. Who knows? Let's put up another perch. I had people in church saying, Terry, how are the babies doing? This time last year, sorry, I dropped my bit. This time last year I had babies at the beginning. This year, not so much. I had to tell them, hey, I don't have any babies. Hardly have any adults. I know, it's sad to say. Sad for me to say, because at church there, I'm known as the Birdman. They call me up there to take the offering sometimes. Say, Brother Birdman, come on up. I'm going up, do my part. So also, my buddy Paul, long ago Loft, when we were at that show in Lancaster, Pennsylvania in January, he gave me a really beautiful black hen. Really beautiful black hen. Just to let him know, I kept her separate, in a separate cage, away from this loft. She never got sick. Gave her vaccines today too. I don't want to lose her. Paul, I don't think Paul would ever forgive me for that. He probably would, but hey, that bird means a lot to me. I have a beautiful yellow. I had 3 yellows I got from the show. 1 made it. And the bird looks healthy as all get out. So why is it that 1 bird out of 3 would make it through this ordeal? And 1 made it through nice and healthy. I don't know if any of them were ever treated. I thought they all 3 were. When they started going like they started going, you know they're the last to go. Hey, screw up. Even though the yellows were the last to get sick and the last ones to die, one of them survived. And still looks good, feels good, real good. So I'm happy because she's beautiful. Beautiful hen. I've got a red. I've got a red out there. I've got a blue check. And let's see, red, the blue check, the yellow, and the black. They're the only ones that aren't in here yet. They're coming. They're going to be in here soon. But since I had them all by themselves for a while, I treated them. I'm going to give it about a week before I put them in here with the rest of these birds. These all have been together the whole time, so if one's got something, they've all got something. But I'll tell you something they don't have. Well, I'll tell you two things they don't have, is PMV or perityphoid. I've kept them far away from this whole friggin' loft. Everybody else is pretty much gone. And now they're all treated. Something else that bothers me, I've got a question for you guys out here. Say you get birds from another source. You have birds. I have birds in here. If I get birds from another source and I bring them home, everybody says quarantine them, quarantine them. Okay, now if I put them up and they look good, and my other birds look good, say I put them up for a couple weeks, everything looks great, right? Everything looks great. I bring them home, I bring them, put them in the loft with my other birds finally, because that's the whole goal, and let's say they have a disease or a virus that my other birds are not immune to, which they are, or vice versa. Wouldn't that cause the same problem as if I took the birds from the other source and brought them straight in my loft? Granted, if they have PMV or something like that, yeah. Something that's going to wipe them out in a matter of days or maybe a week. Maybe that's the difference, right? Or maybe that's it. Maybe it's a serious disease we're talking about here. What do you think? What do you think, Paul? You think John over there at Ham Slight Kid Box? They're my buddies, man. The guys I go to for this Peter Ramen over 5 and Don Loft, White House Loft. Hey, Don's Pigeons, talking to you, buddy. You got some beautiful whites. Might have to send me some. Jack Barack's been talking about sending me some good breeding white Hummers, because you know I want a big flock of them again. Been talking to a guy in Virginia. It hasn't really gone through yet. He said he vaccinates his birds, so that's a plus. It's a big plus. But you know, people could say that. I'm not saying that he's telling me the story, but he could be saying that and not vaccinating them. But hopefully he's telling the truth, because I want some. I want some whites. And it's just a matter of time before I get me some more. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I wanted to have 100 whites. That was my goal. I was so close last year. So we're going to start all over again, right? Yeah, we're going to start all over again. And we're going to do it together, because I don't know where I would have been without you guys. Just don't know. I got a lot of good advice. Like I said, I've bleached this, sanitized this loft, a whole thing. Even over there. Taking all my nest boxes, ripped everything down. Start from scratch. I'll be building me some new nest boxes, probably start tomorrow. Because I know there's a few pairs involved in these 11 homers I got right here. And I'm thinking that three out of 4 of the other ones I got, 3 out of 4 of the other ones that I have are hens as well. So I just hope that these cocks stay busy and get some business done, because I need some babies. I'm way behind you guys. Watching y'all going on your second round of babies. I haven't got my first egg yet, but I will say, when it comes to my game fowl, I started feeding them laying pellets last week, and I'm already getting eggs in the nest. And I ordered an incubator today, a really good incubator, a 48 egg incubator. So if they don't sit on these eggs, I hatch them myself. And I'll use this little section in my room back here for them. I'll build a little building in there with the light and everything else, because I'm getting ready to run full-fledged power in here. Yes, ma'am. Well, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I'm getting ready to, I want to put all these perches pretty much at the same level. I'm going to go around and do that. So I'm going to be out of the video here in a minute, because I'm not putting them here because I'm taking this down. I'll be putting a door on there. Actually, no, I'll hold off on that. call it a night. It's been like mid-30s today if I'm lucky. The wind's been blowing for 3 days. It's been cold. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 50s. Maybe we'll get some stuff done. Anyway, this is a slight update. What's going on? Let you know I never gave up. Never gave up. Don't ever give up. A lot of people can give you a lot of good advice out here. I've learned enough lately, maybe I could even help you. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? But it's true. Big shout out to my brother Larry. He's got eggs in his nest finally, one of in his loft. I'm really looking up. He's doing really well. You know, when you go through a lot in life, like be married for, let's just use this for an example. You're married for 30 years and your of a wife decides to split after she goes out on drunken binges and such and doesn't pay the bills for 3 months and you don't even know it. You wake up one morning after she left and your truck's gone, repossessed, your house is getting ready to be taken away from you, all your insurance, your electric, everything's getting ready to go to shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Everything's getting ready to go to crap because your old lady is a drunk and a drug addict and runs out on you and don't even tell you the bills are behind. And then tells all her friends that the only reason she ain't got money to help with the bills that she's recurring while she's staying at your house is because she's been paying the bills at her husband's house? Woo-hoo. Larry, I hope you don't mind, man. I had to bust her out. We all know she's dirt. But anyway, hey, I told a boy at work the other day, when you choose a woman for your life, choose a woman that will benefit your world, not take away from it. She's either helping you or at least allowing you to be you and not pushing you except for to be a better person. Hey, not all of us could get as lucky as I did. I'm very lucky. And if you knew me, you would say, daggone Terry, you're awful lucky. I'm happy and I'm proud of a lot of things that are going on right now. That's why I never gave up hope. Because my world has been so good for so long that the little setbacks, my world is not crumbling down like it used to do back when I had the wrong people in my life. Right? Who we choose to go through life with has a lot to do with the life we lead. You don't believe me? Think about it. Y'all have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next time at Hidden Hollow Loft.